when you successfully install the SQL Server, so it is just a backend tool. Some company use MySQL, some company use SQL Server. So the SQL Server is a very demanding backend database tool. So firstly we have to enter the, actually I'm just, it is a first class how we can create the data on a SQL. So I have set a password here for education point of view. By default the password, whenever you install successfully this one, so the login name is SA, but you can create some more login and the password as per the company decided. No need to ready the setup. It is a working of a DBA. Firstly you have to click on a new query. So I want to check where is the data. So class, it is a first thing which I am discussing here. What is a SQL? So again I'm creating here a table, again I'm creating here database. I want to run all the query. So don't get worried, but you have to cover at least. Actually you want to learn the data science, so that is the reason you have to cover at least some more thing, not to the Excel. I think most of the things are, you are capable to learn the Excel, but some new things you want to learn them. So the firstly, if I'm talking about the database, so database is a collections of, anybody want to explain what is database? Class, anybody?
uh, where all the different kinds of data is stored, sometimes in a structured or sometimes in an unstructured format.
Yeah, okay, good. Anybody else want to explain the something new?
Maybe database is a store to keep our data, and when we want, we retrieve from that. So a place where to store and can be easily restoring and used to.
Okay, very good. And good. So now database, if I'm talking about in a SQL, so the database is a collections of tables, and table is a combination of rows and column, and also to store data into the structure manner. So firstly I want to create a database. So I'm just writing a query, create database, and like data science. You can type any spelling. So you have to select the particular query and then click on the execute. When you click on the execute, you can see the command completely successful. You want to see where the database created successfully. It is a first step. Whenever we want to ready, you can click on the database. You can see the database created successfully, data science USA. Now I want to use here, it is not the case sensitive, but the programming, Python programming, it is a case sensitive. Case sensitive means we can create the query here in a small manner or in a capital manner, like use and the data science USA. You can type any name, you can check out. Actually I have not used in early, so that is the reason. So you should have to click this one. Now the data successfully used. Now this time I want to create a simple table to know the what is the thing behind the data in a SQL. What is the internal things are going on. Create table employee. Now it is a thing, when you want to create the table, so like we have to provide the structure, what kind of the things we want to store here. In a company, no need to create the table, no need to enter the value. We just have to ready some query to fetch out the data, insert, update, delete, to perform some joins. That's enough. Okay. So I think one candidate connected from the clouds. So can you give me some idea regarding this, like employee code integer? Actually, I want to use employee code integer. That means the employee code should be numeric, and the
Yeah.
primary key not null. So what is the thing behind this? So the employee code should be unique. No employee code repeated. Now I want to type the employee name. So the data type. So what is the type of the data? If I'm talking about Excel, in Excel we have number, date, time, currency, accounting, like char. In char we can supply up to 255 character only, and not null. That means we cannot blank the name and the salary. In money, we can skip the null. If I supply here not null, so that means it is not optional. Address, or you can say that EMP address. Where size is more as compared to char, and I'm supplying here like the 500. We can enter up to 500 characters. I want to take only these things. Now to select them, just click on the execute. Now you can see the command successfully run. Sir, actually I want to see where the table created successfully. So firstly I want to write the select star. Actually I want to see star means all column from where employee.
Employee code.
Yeah. So when I click on this one, you can see the table is empty. So there is no record inside the table.
Yeah.
Later I will discuss, can I load any CSV file into the SQL? Like no need to create the table, no need to write the entire query, and just to handle them. Firstly, I want to discuss the DML operation, like create. I'm just discuss the create, then select to fetch out the data, to retrieve the data. Then I want to discuss how we can insert the value into the particular table. Insert into employee value. Actually, don't get worried to learn the syntax. Whenever you are familiar to perform all these things, now you feel more happy, because the data science course also the technical, and we want to handle the data. So I cannot skip these technical things, because I have discussed 20 to 30 minutes what is data science and what is the things we have to cover. Now the time to cover the technical part. Okay. So definitely each and every person can handle all these things, because uh, only the two class are there, and after the two class we have a complete time, the 5 to 6 days, to cover all these technical things. And when you feel any technical problem, so you can also discuss me in a class or before the starting the class. Okay. So now this time I'm just using the simple query. So most of the data analyst and the data scientist, so like somebody data scientist, so actually we know very well how we can load the data in Python. So can you fetch the data from the SQL? So no, I don't know. Oh, actually, how you can say that I'm a data scientist? So the knowledge should be strong, the all skills should be strong. Like it is a simple thing, just write the query, and I'm just like, if I just value are integer, so I'm just supplying here 101. I'm just using a simple thing in a first thing, and like the James, And the salary you can pass anything, and the employee address, the character value should be passed into the single code, like the California. So I'm just firstly, no need to select all these things. Select only those line which you want to execute. It is not a programming, and just click on the execute. Now you feel much better. One row affected successfully. How I can say that where the record is inserted successfully? You can click on this one again. Now click on the execute. You can see there is one record added successfully. Okay, class. If you want to insert more, so you can change here also. I'm not changing inside there. Like I can pass here 102. I can pass here any name, Bob, and I can pass here any value, and I can pass here any. You can see if you want to add some more record, definitely you can see. So one record is also created successfully. Now you can see the data inserted successfully. You can see only the two record. You can handle 2 million, 2 billion record. So that is the advantage of the SQL. So the data is stored in a backend level. Like someone, sir, actually I have inserted the salary is wrong. Actually, it is not the 66000. It is 99000. How I can update them? Anyone want to help me? How I can update them? Those are working SQL.
Yeah, you have to update statement. Yeah,
Very
update
good.
table name.
Table name, very good. Employee,
set,
very good.
And then I think which column
Salary.
you need to salary. So
Very
set
good.
salary equals this, where ID equals employee code equals.
Very good. Very good. So if actually I have write only this query, the thing is that the old salary will be updated. But actually I want to update only the single record. So that is the reason I want to apply here the where condition. So I want to update where EMP code equal 101 or 102, it depend on me. So it will be reflected only the single column. Now you can click on the execute. Now the one row affected, and after this I want to check out the select, and you can see the execute. Now the thing is changed. Now the value is here. Now one more thing, like if I want to see only the selected record, how I can see? You can see here like where EMP code, like when you are fetching the data in a website, you want to see your record. So you want to fetch out the selected record. So inside the button click, the query is right there. The development team write the particular query to fetch out the data from the backend process. So I want to see only the 102 record. You can click here, you can see only the one record there. Someone asked me, sir, actually I have inserted the wrong value and suddenly I want to delete them. Like someone asked me, sir, actually I have inserted the wrong value. Wrong value means I have inserted this one something, and I'm just inserting the wrong value here, not something like that. Something. So I'm just inserting this value. The value insert successfully. Now you can see the value inserted here. So I want to delete this one. How I can do this? So delete
Table,
and employee.
delete from.
Very good.
Won't it be employee code, EMP code 150? 156.
Yeah.
Where employee code is.
So if I apply the particular query, the entire table data will be deleted. So I want to record only this one. So I'm just applying the where emp code equal 156. So I think it will delete it only the one record. So when I want to execute this particular thing, it will be see here the value deleted successfully. I think those are familiar this one. So want to tell me about yourself. Delete, truncate, and the drop.
Yeah, delete will only remove the particular row. Drop would be entire table. Data would be dropped, and truncate. Once we use the truncate, then we cannot roll back.
Yeah. So what is the thing behind the truncate? How it is fast as compared to delete?
Okay.
Very good.
Sorry. Yeah. So truncate is truncate is particularly removing the entire things like the history as well, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good. So I want to add some new things in this and your question. Very good. You explain that. So the delete basically delete the data or row by row. So that is the reason when we want to empty the table, like we have a 1 million table. So it will delete all the data one row by row. So it will take much time. So when we want to empty the table, so on that particular situation, we want to run the truncate. So truncate delete all the values from the table. And we cannot parameterize the truncate, but we can parameterize the delete. The logic behind the truncate, it will completely drop the table, then it will create again. So that is the reason the truncate is fast as compared to the delete. But when any constraint apply on the table, so the truncate cannot be performed. So we have to remove the constraint first, then we can apply the truncate. And it is also the thing the truncate cannot be roll back. But when we want to apply some transactions, we can start from the begin. So we can roll back them. So I will discuss later what is the things. And the drop, like it completely drop the table. So these things are very danger. So the data DBA will not provide the access to run all this query, because like someone is not knowledge regarding this one, can spoil the data. Okay.
Sachin, you said the truncate also drops the table.
Yeah.
So what would be so in truncate, it would drop the table and a new table is created, empty table is created?
Yeah. So it will recreate the table again, but the drop will not recreate the table again.
Yeah.
So it means that it's now the tables are all connected to each other.
Yeah.
So would the relationship that you have defined also stay with truncate or what?
Actually, we can apply when the data relationships are there. We can apply only the delete.
Can we not use on-demand cascade like?
We can use on cascade update and on cascade delete. But like someone want to delete the data from the primary key. So like in basic thing, when we delete the data in the primary key, it will not delete it normally if we not apply the on cascade update on the cascade deleted. But if we when we apply the foreign key and we embed the on cascade update, like if I'm changing on the on a primary table, so it will automatically change into the foreign key. So we can apply them.
Can you give us a practical example to see how it works?
Yeah, good, perfect. So firstly, I want to save this query. If you just save as, now the class become very interesting. Like most of the candidate are asking me the very useful questions. So I'm just giving the and those are not familiar. Just don't get scared. Don't worry. Actually, it is the things you have to cover, and I will give my best and to discuss the right path with you. Okay. So
One question. So Sachin, like, are we also going to have access to this particular your SQL programs, are you going to upload in some cloud somewhere?
Right now, actually, I don't have any like cloud access, but I have a
Oh,
sufficient data on this one.
so for practice purpose, I need to say.
Yeah. So, but when we are just using the actually, like if we have a data here, now you can see one more thing I want to show you. Just a minute. I have a data here. Data set. You can see I have a data salaries. It is a simple data and simple file. Okay. It is a CSV file. I think everyone know how we can load the CSV file into the Excel. Okay. I want to load this data in a SQL. In a SQL, you can load the billion of data. You do not load the CSV file into the SQL because the particular company, the healthcare company, the application generating the data into the backend in a SQL. You just have to fetch the data from the SQL, not to generate the data. But if you want to fetch the data from the SQL, some basic things should be clear, like what is a table, how we can create the table, what is the actual thing behind this one. Like someone want to suddenly speak French, speak English, and want to perform some machine learning. So firstly, you have to clear some basic concept in a Python, basic concept in the data. Like if you want to fetch the data from the SQL query, so it is just a file, and I want to load this file into the SQL, and then I want to drop this table again, then I want to perform this one. Okay. Now,
Yeah, this is Krishnendu. Are you going to use export and import?
yeah, so we have an option, no need to manually perform them. My database is a data science. So inside this task, we have an option import flat file. I want to just import the flat file. Now click this one to find out the location where is the file. I want to go back to the location where the file is there. Data science. Now the table creates successfully. Now I want to change the data salaries money. Label is integer. Click on the next, and
But the salary was date when you did that.
okay, sorry. So money. Okay, it is not same again. Money. Now perfect. Data inserted successfully. Now you can click on this one. It's successfully good. Now you can see inside this one. You can refresh them, and you can see the table are there. Just a minute, and you can see salaries are there. Okay. I want to write a query, select just star from salaries. You can just pass also the DBO spelling, I think good. Just click them. You can see the data is here. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
when I apply the delete, so delete will delete all that. Actually, it is an internal process. When you apply the truncate, it will not see. It is the query optimization thing. like to delete from salaries where and the salary less than something like that. So it will delete all the data. 9 row deleted successfully. You can see only the one record is there. When I want to perform the truncate, so truncate so it will completely delete all the value. Now you can see the table is also created, position, level, salary. When I apply the drop, and execute this one, you can see the table drops successfully. If I want to see again, so there is no table. Okay.
Yeah.
So any query class?
So I've got a so when you deleted, you specifically gave a salary less than this
Yeah.
particular figure. So what if you have just given delete from salaries?
Yeah.
Would it take away all the table?
Yeah. So we can supply any criteria, any condition, less than, greater than, between, city wise. We can perform any criteria.
So can't we perform that criteria with truncate and drop?
No. Actually,
Okay, so it's only with delete.
yeah, the truncate
Okay.
use to empty the table.
So we never to get again the table.
Yeah, and the truncate automatically recreate the table. It is an internal process, not to scene, like to delete the value and automatically create internally. Again, you can see the table created successfully. Now the table are there. So it is just delete only the value, and it will drop
Just
the table.
that deleting the values and the table already recreate again.
Yeah, empty the table or delete the values,
Yeah.
and it will drop the table.
To delete the table only.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Now one more thing I want to discuss. What is the thing behind the primary and the foreign key for the data modeling? And it is a very important thing for the Power BI. Like what is the data modeling? So now class, I want to take a break, 5-minute break. Then I will continue again. Okay.
Okay.
You can also take a break. I think most of the candidate are not like taking a break. And okay.
Sachin,
Yeah.
how to create CSV file?
CSV file.
Yeah.
Actually, in SQL, we have
Mm-hmm.
import and the export strategy. Like whenever you click on the salary is empty there. So actually, salary is already gone,
Deleted.
they deleted. So when you refresh them, you can click on the table. You can see that this. When you click on this particular table and no to this one, just go back to this one and again task, and we have a import and the export functionality are there. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is
Yeah.
a different process, and we can also write the SP jobs to export them. So now I will create two table. First one I have already created, employee,
Yeah.
and after the break I will create the second table like department. Then I will link them with the help of primary and the foreign key, and for the data modeling. Then to try to insert some duplicates value, try to delete some values from this one. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the rationality to we are creating a table that not nil, no escaping. I understand it, but salary nil. What do you mean it? So
Actually, like if I'm taking example in Excel. In Excel, you want to ready a pivot, sheet 1 and sheet 2. Okay. So you want to ready a consolidated report, sheet 1 and sheet 2, in another sheet with the help of pivot. So the similar in Power BI, you want to ready the report on a multiple table.
Yeah.
But how you can ready the report on the multiple table? You can only ready the report on the multiple table when one table is interlinked to another table.
Yeah.
So how the one and more table can connect it to each other, can link to each other. So it is a data modeling or a data relationship concept. So this kind of the strategy, these kind of the things basically talk about in SQL is a data modeling with the help of primary and the foreign key. Primary means to uniquely identify the data. It cannot be null, it cannot be empty. And the foreign key is depend on the primary key. So we can insert only the secondary table. Yeah, perfect. So now class, I have created a table. Select this one. So now I want to link this particular table to another. So I'm creating data modeling relationship using with foreign key. So now I want to create a table like create department. Now inside the department, like department ID, you can take any name. The integer, again the primary key, not null. So the department ID should be unique. But if you do not want to insert here, so it depend on you. You just enter the department, because one employee can work on a different project. So I want to use only the department name, and the care 255 maximum I can supply here. If you want to supply more, so you can take the help of varchar data type. Anybody want to give the example what is the difference between care and the varchar?
Maybe I understand it's character.
Yeah.
Just the text, but bar character different number or and text.
Okay, good. Anybody else want to give some new things? Okay. So varchar is a flexible as compared to care. It is a first difference. And also we can store data in a huge manner, like up to 65 and 55, but char is very less size as compared to varchar. It is static and it is a flexible varchar. So we can store any numeric and the character value, but it will be treated as a character. Now, department name. One more thing I
Sorry,
want.
sir. Can you explain again? I didn't get it. What is care and where
Yeah,
care?
actually, if I supply here the size 255, so it will take memory 255, but I store value only the 50 character. So the other size is going waste. It occupy complete 255. It will not shrink the size according to the value. So the varchar is shrink the size according to the value. If you specify size more, but you are using only some less, some 20 character, 30 character, so it will consume only the 20 to 30 character byte. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the reason, and also the size is high, and the department name. I want to link this employee code. So firstly, I want to write here EMP code. You can type any employee code complete. Actually, that is the reason I took different, and the integer primary key. So integer foreign key references. Actually, I'm just linking the particular column to this particular column of table employee inside this one. So I want to link this employee code to this. So those want to work in a department. So the data should be available into the employee. So if someone enter the fake employee code, so cannot insert the data into the department. How? I'll give the practical later. And the department name and the project, like project name, varchar, and I want to supply here 500. When you create this particular thing, try to create like department name not create. So that is the reason the comma should be there. Now create. Now you can see table create successful. If you want to see, select star from department. Now click on this one. Now after that, I want to insert the value. Insert into department and values. If I want to check here employee code, you can see only two employee are there, employee 101, employee code 102. I have linked the employee code into the department table. Like someone want to insert 103 and the department name, like IT department, and the project name, like data science. or like healthcare. You can see. So when I want to insert this particular value, now execute them, you can see it will give the error. So what is the error? Class, anybody?
Code foreign key reference is not.
Yeah. So it's saying that, so the 103 is not exist into the
Yeah.
employee table.
Yeah.
So I cannot insert the data into the department. So why? Because the department is linked to the employee. So
Yeah.
these things called as a data. Okay, class?
Can you repeat it again, this process?
Yeah. We can repeat this again process. We can also repeat this value. Actually, I have created a table department, and the department is a second table. So actually it is a concept of the data normalization. Like when we have a data, like I want to, when the particular employee appoint to the company, the offer letter will be provided. The company want to capture the basic detail of the employee. Like firstly, the name, address, qualifications, experience, something like that. So the company want to capture the data into this table only, like employee. The company created already this table.
Can we see the table that how which columns you are bringing and giving the relationship between?
Yeah,
Okay,
we can
thank
see
you.
them. So it is a table. So the company want to insert the data into this table, but after 1 month, the company like giving the KT and the training to the employee, then now the employee is capable, the company want to give the projects. So the company further want to assign the project to the particular employee, but want to capture the data into the different table, like department. So when I want to insert the employee data, so the employee code will be checked into the primary table. If there is no employee code exist into the primary table, so we cannot assign the project to the particular employee. So this relationship basically called as the primary and the foreign key relationship. Only the primary can become the foreign key. A one primary key can become the multiple foreign key. The one table can be linked in a multiple table. Now the second question, can we see what is the relationship practically? Obviously, you can see. Firstly, to reload them, now click on the table. Now click on the employee. Now click on the key. Now you can see we have a primary. Now when you click on the department, you can click on the key. Now you can key we have a foreign key. Okay, class?
Yes.
So it is our data modeling. Now Tani, you want to ask me anything, then I will discuss some new things in SQL.
My purpose was, Sachin, to see these two tables practically. The formulas are clear for me how you put it, but I want to see, for example, if I have two tables and I want to link a column, that is for me important. How you
Actually,
do that?
yeah,
Can you show that table and how you do that? That's
the table is there. You can see the column is there, but the column is there in this format internally. But the value you can see only this format. we cannot see in a Power BI just to linking them. So I'll show you how the particular table link to this one the graphically. But in a SQL you can see there is a table column are there and also the column are there. We can know only it is a foreign key on the employee, but we cannot see visually. Okay. Now class, the second thing is very important. Like those are working with Excel to ready the report with the help of pivot. Again, I'm taking the example again pivot. The reason is that it when we know already the existing skill, so our mind will reconnect the new skill to the existing skills. Then we will feel more comfortable. Like some is already know Excel, so feel much better. Someone is know already some basic knowledge of the SQL, feeling much better. But someone is new in a SQL, getting scared. Actually, it is very new, and how we can learn them. When after 1 week, after 2 week, someone discussing me, have you learned the SQL? Yeah, actually, I have listened and I have learned. Then he or she feel much better. So it is a tendency of the. Now I want to fetch out the data from two table. So we have a joins, basically type of joins like inner join and left outer join, right outer join, and cross join and full join and self join. So these are the joins. So I want to fetch out the data like employee code and name, salary, employee data, department, project name. So I want to ready first the inner join. Show the column data. Show the common data. Like firstly, I want to ready the select star from employee. Actually, I want to see the complete table column employee and inner join and the department where, not the where, on. So actually the table name is very lengthy. So I want to give the alias SE and actually you can say that small name SD. Now E dot EMP code equal to D dot employee code. So those values are common in two table. I want to fetch out the complete data. You can see all the values are there. But now class, I want to see the selected column. How I can see the E dot EMP code, comma, E dot EMP name. Now after that you want to see the department name like D dot department name, comma, D dot project name. You can also write here this particular code and you can execute this one. You can execute, you can see. So this is a query to fetch the data from the multiple table. Similar in pivot, when we are ready the pivot from the multiple table. And similar I will discuss later in the Power BI how we can ready the report on the multiple table. So the Power BI also using the data modeling concept, and the joins are there to perform them. So you can see, you are seeing that actually sir it is a single thing, but the thing behind this, it is a two table data. Okay.
But this is for one employee, or I don't know. And why my question is why you put E dot, for example, the
Actually,
first
yeah.
letter of each column?
Yeah, actually, when the column name are same, so it getting confused. So what is a employee code? What is a employee name? So I want to use here the, it is a, you can say the employee small name E. You can represent employee with E. So I'm just represent the is for only the small query. You can write here complete employee dot emp. But the good thing to making the alias like James Smith, so JS, that is James Smith. Okay.
Sachin, I understood how you do the inner join you did. And then when you're selecting, you again did e dot employee code. You're asking it to display the employee code, employee name, department name, project name from employee SE. But why again inner join department? Why do you want to do that?
So inner join department, yeah, actually,
Why that second line?
yeah, in a second line. So it
Why
is
that second line?
this one.
See, here you did select star from employee as E, inner join department as
Yeah,
D,
yeah,
on E dot employee code equals D dot employee code. Here you're doing the join,
yeah,
correct?
yeah, correct.
Now the next one you wrote wherein you are going to display the join table.
Yeah,
But why here also you did as E inner join department? Why all of that?
yeah. Actually, when I'm applying this particular, so it will show the complete column. Star means it will show the complete column, but actually I want to show the selected column. So that is the reason I have applied this particular query.
They're excluding the salary and address is not necessary to here.
Yeah, like when we want to, it is a first query result and it is a second query result.
Mm.
So when we are talking about the left join, so left join is similar. It will show the complete data on the left table, and those data are not matched, so show the null values are there. It will show the left table complete data, and those data are not available on the right side. It will show the null. But in the right join it will not work, because the reason is that there is a no value are there in because it is a data modeling concept. It is also the interview question whenever you are looking job in our data. So that this question will be asked, what is the joins, how many types of the joins, what is the difference, what is the actual strategy, how we can, why should we have to use the joins, like the right join. Actually I'm just writing the syntax, but it will not work. The reason is that and there is lots of the values are already available. Right. So actually only the 101 on the right hand side. So that is the reason 101 is available. If some new values are there on the right side, so it will show the null. Okay.
Sorry, I'm not clear about the
So actually the reason is that when we want to fetch out the data from the two table, the left table show the complete data. It is a
yeah.
left table data.
Yep.
And the right hand side only the one values are there. So the second row show the null. The right join
Yeah.
is the reverse of the left join. But inside the department, I have only the, you can see, I have a two table. So in a department, I have only the one value. So one value is already available. If there is a 103, so it will show this value null null. So that is the reason it will show only the one record. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah, as far as I understand, by joining, for example, left and right, you join together two tables and one table, yeah?
yeah. So we
And the
want to,
purpose to compare or to link them, or what's the purpose?
yeah, actually the purpose is that like I'm just storing the data in a different table, or the company handling the data in a different table. Like for example, we have our database adventure works, and we have a table. You can see we have like numbers of tables, and inside the table there are millions of values. Now you want to fetch out the value from the five table. Only those value you want to fetch out. So those like employee code are similar in five table. So in their thing, we should have to use the joins. Okay.
Yes.
So that is the reason we are discussing about the joins. And
And why left or and right? What is the
yeah,
purpose of that?
so the left join is only so if I want to show the left table complete data, like all the employee, but I want to compare them like the particular employee data is available in the department or the not. If the data is available in the department, it will be show. If the data is not available in the department, it will be show the null.
So that will be the primary table.
Yeah. So the data
Left.
is a first table and it is a second table. And there is a non necessary like the, if I'm talking about the join, so there is no necessary the primary and the foreign key concept should be there. It is not necessary.
Mhm.
We can just randomly take any two table, three table and something more. Okay. Now the left right join and the cross join.
How to assign left right the
Okay.
it's automatic.
Now the full join, inside the full join, but you can also apply the outer, it depend on you. It is a full join. When you want to apply the full join, so so it will show the complete data of the both table. Now you are just looking there. And when we are talking about the cross join, so it will show the value like firstly the 1 to compare this one 1 1. So the thing is behind this one. So it is a full outer join. So the table should be there. Like what is the thing behind it? This one. Like first compare the first value to all, then again second value to all. Like if we have a two value, this one. So it is, and the self is apply on a single table. But I don't have any in the table right now to apply the self join, and I don't have any value, so that is the reason I cannot apply the self join. But I can write the syntax. Self,
So I didn't get what is cross join.
yeah. So the cross join, I want to insert one more value also. Like 102. Now we have a two value in the same table. Now I want to apply the cross join. You can see the values there. So it will first compare the 101 to 1, the 101 again this one, 101 again this one. It will cross them, one value to again the 2, then again the second value again the 2 times. And if you want to see the picture, so now the cross will cross 1 to all this one, 2 to all this one. That is the reason in SQL, so we have only the two values, so that is the reason it will print the 4 time the cross join. Okay, now I can write the
Okay.
syntax of the self join. It is similar the inner join. There is a no difference, but only to apply only the same table. How? You can see the syntax. It is the last query of this class. Inner join, no need to apply the department. Just apply again employee as E2, and again it is a E1, and it is a E1, and it is a E2, and you can take EMP code.
Self join.
Yeah, self join apply on a self table. You can take any different, like if the employee IDs are there and some department IDs also available on the same table. Now I want to compare the employee ID to the department ID. So on that situation, we can apply the self join.
Yeah. We have to write self join. What's inner join?
So the inner join basically called as a self join. The inner join actually I'm applying on the same table, employee and the employee. We cannot write the self, but it will be treated as a self. Okay. So now the class, all the things today I have covered the SQL from the starting. So those candidates are new in this class. I hope enjoy the class and all these things. Today I have